Vai começar um dos mais queridos suspenses e mistérios da história. No dia do casamento, o homem de sua vida abandona Miss Mary Sutherland. Desaparece na porta da igreja. O que leva um homem a conquistar uma mulher, pedi-la em casamento e desaparecer no dia deste casamento? Esse é o mistério que eu, você e Sherlock Holmes iremos descobrir juntos em inglês, sem traduzir. Bem-vindo aos 28 dias de intensivo online gratuito aprendendo inglês sem traduzir com Sherlock Holmes. Vamos direto ao episódio 1. Sherlock Holmes and the Strange Mr. Angel. Episode 1. Sherlock Holmes looked down from his flat into the London street. "Oh, Watson, somebody's coming here," he said. "Look, there, across the street." Vamos lá então, parágrafo por parágrafo. Sherlock Holmes looked down from his flat into the London street. E aí ele virou para o Dr. Watson e falou: "Look, there, across the street." Perguntas. Who was looking from his flat into the London street? Who? What was his name? Pode tentar responder onde você estiver, tá? Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes was looking down from his flat into London street. So, who? Sherlock Holmes. Duas perguntas com where. Where was Sherlock Holmes looking at? Was he looking at his flat? Was he looking at London Street? Where was Sherlock Holmes looking at? He was looking at London Street. Pode tentar responder onde você estiver aí na sua casa. London, ou seja lá onde você esteja me assistindo. London Street. What, né? E o flat. Where was Sherlock Holmes located when he was looking down into the London Street? Tá? Então, presta atenção. Who was looking down from his flat into the London Street? Who? Sherlock Holmes. Where was Sherlock Holmes looking at? The London Street. Where was Sherlock Holmes located quando isso aqui aconteceu? He was in his flat. Was he looking up or was he looking down? He was looking down at the London street. From where was Sherlock Holmes located? From his flat. E a gente vai colocando as imagens que a gente gravou aqui para você entendendo a logística. So, Sherlock Holmes was located in his flat. He was in his flat. And from his flat, he was looking down into the London street. What did he see? I went to the window and saw a large woman in a big hat. She looked up at us. Dr. Watson went to the window and he saw a large woman in a big hat. The large woman looked up at them. Então, vamos só voltar para onde eu estava aqui antes de eu narrar o parágrafo 2. Who was looking down from his flat into the London street? Sherlock Holmes. Vai interagindo comigo, tenta responder. Where was Sherlock Holmes looking to, looking at, looking into? Tanto faz. He was looking into the London street. Where was Sherlock Holmes located? Quando isso aqui estava acontecendo? He was in his flat. Eu posso dizer he was in his flat, se eu quiser dar a ideia de que ele estava inside, e eu posso dizer que ele estava at his flat, se eu quiser dar a ideia de dentro de todo o bairro ou da cidade toda, aonde exatamente estava o Sherlock Holmes. At his flat. Por isso que muita gente se confunde com preposição porque quer decorar. E a mesma, às vezes pode usar tanto in quanto at, por exemplo. E aí o cara fala, meu Deus, eu não entendi porque eu decorei. Uma tradução, eu não entendi a essência. Então, se eu quiser dar a ideia de que ele estava inside, he was in his flat, inside. Mas se eu quiser dar a ideia assim, cara, dentro de toda a cidade de Londres, aonde exatamente ele estava. Eu não estou comparando dentro ali do prédio dele, aonde exatamente ele estava, se ele estava dentro ou fora. Eu estou pensando assim, dentro de toda a área da cidade, at his flat, specific location. Prevalece a ideia de localização específica sobre a ideia de se ele estava dentro ou fora do flat, na hora. Ok? So, he was in his flat, he was at his flat. E aí eu tinha perguntado o seguinte, what did he see? He was in his flat, looking down into the London street. He saw, past of see, he saw, past of see, the past of to see. He saw a woman. Did he see a man? No, he didn't. He did not see a man. He saw a woman. What did he see? Did he see a man or a woman? He didn't see a man. He saw a woman. Felipe, para que você fez isso? Para demonstrar que se eu criar contexto emocional através de histórias e trouxer a sua atenção para a história, eu não preciso te explicar quando é que eu uso o infinitivo se, quando é que eu uso o passado sol. E aí, se você for exposto, como qualquer criança, a uma quantidade mínima de contextos emocionais através de histórias, desse tipo aqui, what did he see? Isso aqui é o que o pai, o professor faz com a criança o tempo inteiro. Did he see a man? Did he see a woman? Bota as frases, Alice. He didn't see a man. He saw a woman. Se você for exposto a isso uma quantidade mínima de vezes, é só uma questão de tempo. O teu cérebro sozinho começa a perceber que positiva no passado, o verbo vai para o passado. Mas quando tem o did, o verbo fica no infinitivo. O did é como se fosse um imã que... E ele fala, eu fico no passado. Só vai ficar um aqui no passado. Quem fica no passado sou eu. O did é um verbo nostálgico. Egoísta. Ele gosta de remoer o passado, ele gosta de ficar no passado e ele é egoísta. Ele fala, só vai ficar eu no passado. Se você fica no infinitivo, só volta para o infinitivo. Did he see? He didn't see. Você não precisa de regra nem de decoreba. Na verdade, o verdadeiro aprendizado acontece por Repetição contextualizada emocionalmente. Repetição do que eu estou fazendo aqui. Contexto emocional através de uma história. He didn't see a man. He saw a woman. Did he see a large woman or did he see a small woman? Did he see a large woman? Did he see a small woman? Was the woman large or small? Dá uma olhada na cena que eu fiz e a gente responde. So, when Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson looked down from the flat, they saw, past of see, they saw, agora eu sou a mulher, a large woman in a big hat, and she was across the street. She was on the other side of the street, just like I am right now, across the street, on the other side of the street. So, she was large. She was in a big hat. She was across the street. She was not moving, so she was still. And she looked up. She looked up at the flat. She looked up at Sherlock and Dr. Watson. And then, finally, she started to move slowly. She started to slowly cross Baker Street. What did she do? She crossed the street. What street did she cross? Baker Street. Did she do it quickly, running? No, she didn't. She didn't cross the street running quickly. She moved. She walked slowly. She was large. She was wearing a big hat. She was confused. She was lost. She didn't know what to do. She moved slowly. She walked slowly. He saw a large woman. He didn't see a man. He didn't see a small woman. He saw a large woman. Was the woman wearing, using a cap or a hat? Was the large woman wearing a cap or a hat? She was wearing a hat. Was the hat big or small? The hat was big. Sherlock Holmes, looking down from his flat into the London street, what did he see? He saw a large woman in a big hat. She was across the street. She was across the street. And is she coming? I said. Look, she isn't moving. It's difficult for her, Holmes answered. She wants help, but... Oh, she's coming now. The woman walked slowly across Baker Street to Holmes's front door. She has a problem, Holmes said. A problem? It's a man, Holmes said. She doesn't understand him, so she wants my help. Is she coming? She isn't moving. Lembra da cena que eu te mostrei? She is not moving. She is still. Why? Because it's difficult for her. It's difficult for the woman. She wants help, but it's difficult. She is confused. She is lost. Go, not to go. Should I go? Should I stay or should I go? Should I stay or should I go? She is confused. She cannot decide. Do I speak to Sherlock Holmes? Yes or no? Why? She wants help, but it's difficult. It's difficult for her because she has a solution or a problem. Does the woman have a solution or does the woman have a problem? Responde aí onde você está. She has a problem. What is her problem? Is her problem a man or is her problem a woman? Ela é a woman, but her problem is a man. She is a woman. She has a problem. Her problem is a man. She can't understand him. Comum, né, das mulheres dizerem, né? Eu não entendo esse safado, esse cafajeste, esse sem vergonha. She can't understand the man. That's her problem. Por causa do problema dela. Is she moving or is she standing still? Escolhe só um dos dois. Moving, standing still. Because of her problem is a man. Because of her problem, she is confused. She doesn't know what to do. She, igual eu falei na cena da rua, she is standing still. She looked up at Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. E depois de um tempo, ela começa a walks. She starts walking. She starts moving. Does she move? Does she walk quickly? Or does she walk slowly? Escolhe só um dos dois. Quickly or slowly? She walks slowly. Então, o livro começa Sherlock Holmes looking down from his flat into the London street. Ele chama Watson. Hey, look there. Across the street. Watson, he went to the window. He saw, past off to see, he saw a large woman in a big hat. And the woman, o Sherlock e Watson, they were looking down from the flat, looking to the street. A mulher estava lá embaixo, a large woman in a big hat. She looked up at them, Sherlock and Watson. E aí, Watson pergunta, is she coming? She isn't moving. She is still. She doesn't move. She is still, parada. Is she coming? Yes or no? E aí o Sherlock Holmes responde, Watson, she wants to come. She wants to talk to me. She wants help. But it's difficult for her. She is confused. She has a problem. Her problem is a man. Because of the problem, she doesn't move. She stands still. Quando finalmente ela começa a atravessar Baker Street to go to Sherlock Holmes' flat, the flat of Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes' flat é a mesma coisa aqui, the flat of Sherlock Holmes. Quando ela finalmente começa a walks across Baker Street, atravessar Baker Street, to go to the office or the apartment of Sherlock Holmes, Sherlock Holmes' apartment, she starts walking slowly. She doesn't walk quickly. She goes slowly. Why? Because she is confused. She doesn't know what to do. She is not decided. She is not sure. She is not certain. Ela não está segura. She is not secure. She doesn't feel secure de conversar com Sherlock Holmes. So she goes slowly, confused. Should I stay or should I go? Né? Será que eu vou? Será que eu não vou? She goes slowly because she is confused. She has a problem. A problem? It's a man. She doesn't understand. She can't understand the man. She does not have a comprehension. She can't understand him. That is the reason. That is the reason for that reason, motive, because of that, várias formas de dizer a mesma coisa. Because of that, that is the reason why she wants help do Sherlock Holmes. Because she has a problem. There is a man and she can't understand the man. Because of that reason, she wants help from Sherlock Holmes. She wants Sherlock Holmes to help her. Some minutes later, Miss Mary Sutherland came into Holmes's room. She told us her name and sat down in a chair. Some minutes later, Miss Mary Sutherland came into Holmes's room. She told past of tell. She told them, Sherlock and Watson. Peraí, Felipe. She told them, she told us. No livro tá, she told us. Você tá falando she told them. Lá em cima estava escrito, she looked up at us. Você falou she looked up at them. É us ou é them? É simples. No livro, quem está narrando é o Watson. E ele faz parte da dupla. Então, quando ele fala, she looked up at us. She came. Roda a cena dela entrando. She coming into the room and telling them her name. She came into the room She told us her name. Hi, I'm Miss Mary Sutherland. She sat down on a chair. She came into the room and she told us, me and Sherlock, she told, she spoke, she said, she told, past of tell, communicate, pronounce, say. She told us. Mas eu não sou Sherlock, eu não sou Watson, eu estou falando deles. Então, quando eu falo she told them. Se eu sou Watson, she told us. Mas eu sou Felipe narrando a narração do Watson. She told them. She told them. Sherlock e Watson. She told them her name. She sat, past of seat. She sat, past of seat. She sat down in a chair. She came into the room. She told us her name. Hi, I'm Miss Mary Sutherland. She sat down on a chair. Holmes looked at her carefully. Is typing difficult when you have weak eyes? Holmes asked her. It was when I started, she answered. But now I don't have to look down at my fingers and, oh, how did you know? Ou seja, she came into the room. She introduced herself. My name is Miss Mary Sutherland. And then she sat down in a chair. Quando ela sat down in a chair, o Sherlock Holmes looked at her carefully, paying a lot of attention, like carefully. He stopped everything and he just looked at her carefully, looking for hints, pistas, looking for details, looking for clues, pistas, dicas. E ele achou dá uma olhada nessa cena do typing. So, this is a typewriter. Não uma de verdade, né? Mas você está entendendo o que eu estou querendo dizer. This is a typewriter. Because you have to type to write. It's a typewriter. É uma máquina que writes através do typing. So it's a typewriter. A pergunta do Sherlock Holmes para ela foi: Is typing difficult when you have weak eyes? When your sight is bad. Sight is one of the five senses. I see with my eyes, okay? I hear with my ears. I taste with my tongue. I smell with my nose. And I touch with my hands. So we have 5 senses. Touching, tasting, smelling, hearing, and sight. Não é vision. Quando eu estou falando do sentido biológico daqui, ó, my eyes, sight. Essa palavrinha aqui, ó, sight. So, if you have weak eyes, weak is the opposite of strong. Strong. Strong is the opposite of weak. If you have weak eyes, your sight is bad. You have trouble to see things. You have trouble, for example, if you have weak eyes, if your sight is bad, não é uma boa ideia dirigir carro. It's dangerous. Okay? If you have weak eyes, if you have a bad sight, se você for lá no Detran fazer a prova, quando o cara mostra lá as letrinhas e os números e te pergunta, you will have trouble to see, to answer, because you have a bad sight. Your sight is bad. Your eyes are weak. Fracos. Tradução da confirmação. Fracos. Então a pergunta do Sherlock Holmes para ela foi o seguinte: If you have weak eyes, a bad sight, is it difficult for you to type? E, obviamente, a resposta é que sim, porque when you are typing, se você tem weak eyes, bad sight, né, uma visão ruim, olhos fracos, you have to it's difficult. Ok? E daqui a pouco, porque ela mesma se assusta com a pergunta que ela... What? How did you know? Como é que você sabe? E daqui a pouco, mais pra frente, o Watson vai perguntar pro Sherlock Holmes como que você sabia que ela tinha dificuldade, que ela tinha uma visão fraca, né? Que ela estava com problema de enxergar e que ela tinha dificuldade para typing. Como é que você sabia disso? E ele vai contar como é algo que acontece com todo mundo que tem dificuldade de enxergar. Na hora que ele está digitando, acontece, é uma consequência. E o Sherlock Holmes percebeu essa consequência e matou a charada. Que no começo, porque depois ela foi pegando a manha e aí ela já nem olhava mais, ela só ia typing, typing, typing. Mas no começo, antes dela pegar a manha, ela não conseguia ir assim sem olhar e a visão fraca dela, a dificuldade de enxergar, causava nela essa coisa, né, de ficar aqui, ó, trouble typing, e isso deixou uma consequência que foi uma pista que o Sherlock Holmes pegou para descobrir que ela tinha dificuldade de enxergar. Ou seja, como eu expliquei na cena do typing, quando ele estava carefully looking at the woman, he identified, he realized, he noticed, he perceived, he got, pegou, hints, clues, details, né, pistas. E baseado nisso, ele fez uma pergunta para ela. Is typing difficult when you have weak eyes? E ela respondeu, It was difficult to type when I started. When I first started typing, yes, it was difficult, por causa da minha vista fraca. But now it's not difficult anymore because now I don't have to look down at my fingers when I am typing. Ou seja, ele fez uma pergunta para ela, né? Você tem uma vista fraca. E aí, lá na frente, vai explicar-se como é que ele pegou, como é que ele descobriu tudo isso. Mas ele percebeu que ela tinha uma vista fraca, um problema de enxergar. E ele fez uma pergunta para ela, né? You have weak eyes, né? Your sight is bad. Is difficult for you to type? Aí ela, when I started typing, yes, it was difficult. But now, it's not difficult anymore. Today, it's easy. Why? Because today, I don't have to look down at my fingers, when I am typing. Por quê? Porque ela pegou o jeito, pegou o costume. Tocar piano, digitar, tocar violão, qualquer coisa, no começo você tem que ficar olhando. Eu estou começando a tocar violão, agora eu tenho que olhar cada corda que eu aperto. Mas a pessoa que tem jeito, ela toca o violão, nem toca a música inteira, nem olha pro violão. Então, hoje, eu não tenho mais que... I do not have to look down at my fingers. So, today, it's easy. But when I started typing, yes, it was difficult. E no meio dessa resposta que ela está dando para ele, ela fala assim, mas peraí, como é que esse cara sabe disso? É a primeira vez que ele está me vendo. How do you know? Holmes laughed. I'm a detective, he said. It's my job. This is my friend, Dr. Watson. Now, tell me, why do you want to see me? He laughed. I'm a detective. That's what I do. That's my job. E aí ele vai e apresenta, This is my friend, Dr. Watson. E ele volta para ela e fala assim, Now, Miss Mary Sutherland, tell me something. Why do you want to see me? Why did you come here? Why do you want to talk to me? What is your problem? I want you to find somebody for me. I want you to find somebody for me, Miss Sutherland said. My problem, Mr. Holmes, Sherlock Holmes, my problem is a man. I need you, Sherlock Holmes. A mulher falando, I need you to find, to locate, to encounter, to pin down. Imagina aquele alfinete que você vai pregar na cortiça. Você bota o negocinho e você pin down. Locate, encounter, find. Lembra do filme Finding Nemo. Do peixinho. Finding Nemo. Nemo. Finding Nemo. Ok? Lembra que no final da aula eu vou te explicar como ter acesso gratuito até 28 de fevereiro a um aplicativo baseado em neurociência da fluência, aonde você vai rever, memorizar e dominar tudo que você está aprendendo na aula de hoje, de forma contextualizada emocionalmente, com áudios, sem português, sem regrinha, sem decoreba, sem tradução. I need you to find, por isso que às vezes eu passo mais rápido, porque eu sei que eu estou contando que você vai baixar o aplicativo no final e vai fazer as atividades para martelar, memorizar e dominar. I need you to find. I need you to locate. I need you to encounter, to pin down a person, somebody, someone, for me, His name is Mr. Hosmer Angel. His name is Mr. Hosmer Angel. I'm not rich, but I can pay you. I have 100 pounds a year and the money from my typing. My father, Mr. Windybank, doesn't know that I'm here. He doesn't want help from you or from the police. He says that I have to forget Mr. Angel. But I can't do that. I need you to find, I need you to locate, to encounter, to pin down Mr. Hosmer Angel. I need you to locate, to find Mr. Hosmer Angel. I'm not rich, but I am not poor, too. Ela falou, eu não sou rico, mas eu também não sou pobre. I have some money. I don't have a lot of money, but I don't have little money, too. I have some money. I am not rich, but I can pay for your services. Detective services. I am not a rich woman. I do not have a lot of money, but I can pay you for your services. I have 100 pounds a year and the money from my typing. My father, Mr. Windybank, doesn't know that I am here. He doesn't want help from you or from the police. He says I have to forget Mr. Angel, but I can't do that. Então, how much money does she make? How much? She makes 100 pounds, que é a moeda lá da Inglaterra, sterling pounds. How often, how frequently does she make 100 pounds? Every week, every month, every year? How often, how frequently does she make 100 pounds? Every year. She makes how much money does she make? 100 pounds. How often, how frequently does she make 100 pounds? Every year. And she makes some extra money, ela não fala quanto, some extra money toda vez que ela types. That's her job. That is her job. She is a typewriter. Okay? That's her job. That's what she does. Então, how much money does she make? Como é que ela vai pagar, né? How is she going to pay for the services, detective services of Sherlock Holmes? How? She makes 100 pounds. How much? 100 pounds. How frequently? Every year. And she makes some extra money, ela não fala, every time she works typing. Every time she gets a job typing, she gets extra money, né? Ela recebe, she receives money for that. Ok? E aí, o primeiro episódio, a primeira página, termina dizendo o seguinte. My father, Mr. Windybank, he doesn't know, he has no idea I am here. He doesn't want help from Sherlock Holmes, neither from the police. Mr. Windybank, ok? Her father. Eu botei aqui, ó, pra gente organizar todos os personagens, né? A gente tem a mulher, Miss Sutherland, tem, obviamente, o Sherlock Holmes e o Dr. Watson, e temos a mulher, Miss Sutherland, her mother, que vai aparecer daqui a pouco, her father, Mr. Windybank, e o tal do Mr. Hosmer Angel, que é o que disappeared. É quem ela quer que o Sherlock Holmes finds, locates, encounters. My father, ela falando, né? Mr. Windybank, he has no idea I am here talking to Sherlock Holmes. He doesn't want help. Neither from Sherlock Holmes, nor from the police. Né? Ele não quer ajuda nem do Sherlock Holmes, nem da polícia. Her father says, her father believes, her father has the opinion, her father thinks, synonymous, her father believes, her father says, you have to forget Hosmer Angel. You have to stop thinking about Hosmer Angel. You have to lose the memory. You have to stop remembering. Stop recalling, recollecting, memorizing. You have to stop thinking about Mr. Hosmer Angel. You have to forget. Forget is the opposite of to. To forget is the opposite of to memorize. To remember. Opposite. To forget is the opposite of to memorize, to remember. What does her father want? Does her father want her to forget or to remember Mr. Hosmer Angel? Her father wants her to, só escolhe um. Her father wants her to forget Mr. Hosmer Angel. Okay? Her father wants her to forget. Does her father know? Does he have any idea she is talking to Sherlock Holmes? No. He doesn't know. He has no idea. Por quê? Because he does not want help. Nem do Sherlock Holmes, nem da polícia. Por quê? Because he believes, he thinks, he says she has to forget, to stop remembering, to not have the memory anymore about. You have to stop thinking, stop memorizing, stop remembering Mr. Hosmer Angel. Por que ele quer que ela esqueça esse cara? Por que ele não quer ajuda? Nem do Sherlock Holmes, nem da polícia. Por que o pai dela não quer que ela ajude, por que o pai dela não quer ajuda para encontrar um homem que é importantíssimo para a filha dela e que desapareceu? Por que ele não quer ajuda? Por que ele está dizendo que ela tem que esquecer esse cara? Mistérios para o episódio de número 2.